All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Future Educators Talk. I am your co host, Damian Anderson.
And I am Andrew Fretch, as you can see and or hear if you're listening to on the broadcast. Mr. Cage, our brand new co-host, KJ Johnson, is not here today, but don't you worry. He'll be back with a brand new episode of Future Educators Talk next week.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So let's just hop right into this episode right here. We have another amazing guest. Back on the podcast, some of you guys may remember him, our listeners, but to our new listeners, this person right here is a history teacher in Florida. He is a graduate of North Carolina A&T.
A&T.
Yes. He played basketball overseas. He coached boys and girls basketball. And he is so passionate about his family. So let me introduce you guys to our new listeners, Mr. Narelle Jerome. So welcome back. How are you doing?
What's going on? I'm good, man. How are you? I'm on my daddy duties right now, so if y'all hear the baby in the background, that's just
all right.
I'm on my daddy duties right now, man.
Okay.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. That is okay. That is okay. So, first and foremost, welcome back to Future Educators Talk. I know it's been a long time. Hey, I know it's been a long time.
Yes.
So, how's it been?
I mean, I'm good, y'all. Just got done finishing up my virtual TQRP this year because normally I'll be in Houston, Texas for the TQRP program, the Teachers Quality and Retention Program through Thurgood Marshall. But we had virtual institute this year, so it was great. We learned about a lot of things, man. Like when I tell y'all my Bitmoji class gonna be so lit for when I teach history. Like my Bitmoji class gonna be like that. Like so it's and still coaching. We just started a sports program this year, so I'm the head coach for that. I mean, life is good. Life is good, and just like y'all got major announcements, I had a major announcement, man. I'll either be relocating to Texas or Louisiana next year.
Oh,
hey.
Okay. Moving on up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Whoa.
So before we get started with this, to our new listeners who do not know you, can you just give us a little background of who you are?
Oh yeah. Well, Mr. Luther, that's my real name, but I go by Coach Darnell now. I just decided to get out of the Luther because that's just my dad. That's my dad. He named me, and he's real big, so I want to get it from under his shadow. So that's why I go by Darnell Jerome because that's in my name. So I just was like, man, just start calling me Coach Darnell, man. Like I'm good. Of course, y'all know I graduated from the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University. Yes, Aggie Pride. I teach 6th through 12th grade history. I coach girls and boys basketball. I'm a father, as you can see, and I'm just, y'all know me. Every time we get together, it's always love. It's always something we learn. We help each other grow. So that's a little bit about me.
Yes, and he has been on several episodes here on this podcast. Middle school so hard for many students. That topic, oh boy, y'all need to listen to that topic as well. He's also one of the special co-hosts as well, alongside another educator, Mr. Kwame, as well. So we just love having him back on this podcast. So good to be back. you know. So, I'm gonna let Davia take it away from here.
All right. So, what I do, of course, and I asked you this on my personal podcast, Damien Talks Education, of this. So, would you tell our listeners, you are a teacher, so what inspired you to teach in the first place, of wanting you to become a teacher? Was there any person that influenced you to go into this career? Like, what decides you to become a teacher?
Well, at first, well, my mom actually, but it wasn't to teach. It was just that I got to go on these conferences with her. So like when I
Mm-hmm.
went to go to a conference in like Chicago, Denver, Washington D.C., and then when I went to California, my 8th grade years, my mom had her own school. So when I went to
Mm-hmm.
California, I'm the only 8th grader in this conference now with all these teachers. So you can imagine, 8th grade conference
Yeah.
teachers, boring, but actually it wasn't boring.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was center of attention. So therefore, they had to reevaluate their whole session because like we have a student in our session, so let's get it from his point of view. So then I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm like, okay, I might, I might like this teacher thing just a little bit, just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Khan, he was a good man, because I went to a Catholic school. So my 7th grade year, Mr. Khan, just how he was able to interact with us and things like that. So then I didn't think about it no more. My mom was doing her thing. I was able to see how a school is ran because she was a principal. So I'm able to see these things. So then I get to college, y'all, and I'm like, I'm doing computer science. I'm all happy, like, yeah, man, I'm going in it. When I tell y'all that book was about this thick, I was like, yeah, so mom, yeah, education field. Talk to me about that again. And so she was like, I knew your butt wasn't gonna want to do no computer science. I was like, yeah, you right about that. But just how she was like, you're good with kids. And I was like, you say that, but at the end of the day, like, who really knows the truth about that? Only you. And I started
Exactly.
noticing when I was working at summer camps, these kids were drawing. And I'm like, okay, this is just year one. Okay, coach, let me talk. Okay. So then year 2, then year 3. And I'm like, okay, mama might be right. This might just be your calling. But when I actually was able to sub and do things of that nature, I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. And then just the respect that I had, not at first, I used to get used because I was a coach. That was the only thing that used to make me mad because they want to send them to my class. And I'm like, when I started really getting into education, it's like, yeah, like let's sit down and have some man-to-man talks now because it's like, because you're a coach, they want to send you, they want to send them bad students to that class because, they want you to get them together. And
Mm-hmm.
so, when you're a sub, you like, okay, I'm a sub. This ain't really my classroom. Now let's take it to this year. When you got your own classroom, it's like, all right, now everything that inspired me to do what I need to do and the things that I learned, now I got to make sure I incorporate into my own classroom because this is my lane now. This is my territory.
Right.
And so now I got to put my foot down. And so my mom, Mr. Conde, inspired me, but other people around me, like I told you about my TQRP program, they inspired me. We were all from different HBCUs, so I got to learn about if they were from Arkansas, how they did things in Arkansas, how they did things in Texas, Tennessee. It didn't matter because we were all from different places, so the inspiration was there too. And then you guys came along, and I don't say that just because I'm on the show. I'm being honest. Then you guys came along, and it's like y'all did something to me, man, that I'm just like, y'all bring the, I don't know, man, y'all just bring it out of me even more because it's like y'all expect so much, but at the end of the day, it's like, wow, like if they can get, this out of me, then I know how them kids feel now because they get the best teaching out of me. You know what I mean? It's like giving a PD. You know what I'm saying? When you're in that PD, you got to make sure these people understand what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're bringing to the table. That's how it is for me. You know what I'm saying? What influenced me to be a teacher. I understood what they was bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? I understand what it is that you expect. So now I got to carry myself in a way that this is how he is. He's fun. He's outgoing. But when he means business, he means business. And when he says something, he means what he's saying. He say what he means. So that is what really got me going in this education field. And because I was a black male, and it was only about 3%. And you know, and we've talked about this already. But times are changing, and some of these people are realizing, forget all this, yo. Like, if we got to up the pay, we'll up the pay. But you're now starting to see men like, you know what? Forget the pay. If I'm going to be in this, I'm going to be in this for the right reason. Because if y'all really think about this, yeah, we're going through something right now. But think about this. They're starting to really recognize teachers now. Now they understand, oh, yeah, we got to pay them because I had to stay home with my child this whole COVID. Oh, now I see why he was calling me. She was calling me about okay, now I understand. So they weren't making this up. I tried to tell you that. No, I wasn't making it up. I told you that young man, that young lady had problems before. But you being a mom, and now they didn't. No. Now you got to see what we
how
go
the tables have turned.
Exactly. But the difference between you and I is, before I write that child up, before I put it, I want to know what's going on with you. Why are you acting the way you're acting? See, I'm not going to turn my back on you. I'm going to make sure that I'm there for you. So
See, that's right there. That's building relationship with that student right there. It's you have to build relationship with your students, you teachers. I mean, that's just period, because I've explained this over and over. If you don't, it's not going to be great with you and that student throughout the year. It just not, because they are going to act up and do all this, and it's just crazy because you don't have a personal relationship with that student.
Right.
So I'm just, come on, you guys. It's get to know your students. Get to know your students, because that is the key right there.
Luther's like, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Again, for me, you got to have that classroom management that's along with that building relationships. Okay.
Exactly.
You don't let the students run the classroom. You run the classroom, not the students. Okay. Okay.
Exactly. And you have now because we virtual, they can't run it. They can't run it because you home. So it ain't like they can run your house. But y'all know what though? Think about this. Think about all the stuff as a teacher. I got to make copies. I got to do this. Well, check this out. This virtual thing is you. You get to make your creative side gets to come out. That's what I love about it. Like my board can look like XYZ, but this creativity in my classroom dojo and ed puzzle and things like that, that's me. That Bitmoji, now that Bitmoji starting to, remember, ain't nobody like Bitmoji at first.
No.
Everybody and their mama want to do a PD about a Bitmoji. Man, look, we've been on Bitmoji. We've been playing with this. It ain't nothing new for us.
Where were you at?
Right. Where were you? Because now you get to see, now these teachers who just, now they got to come up with that creative side, and now they still, like, I don't know, I don't want to do this. And oh, you gonna do it today? You gonna do it today?
You got no choice.
You ain't got no choice.
Okay.
So
I think,
it's
I've seen teachers on Twitter how teachers that use bit emoji classrooms, how it's not creative or stuff like that. I'm just like, if you don't let those teachers use those bit emoji classrooms so that they could be creative, So you telling me that they don't have a artistic side or they don't have a creative side? Is that what you're telling me? Because I'm a bit emoji. Look, if I was a teacher right now, I would make it a bit emoji classroom in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't let Darian.
No, not again.
Because because we just did an interview and ooh, my oh my, my oh my. I'm just gonna stop right there.
Okay, so that's either that great or that
it was great. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. So moving moving right along, I want to ask you this here. And this been on my mind quite lately. What is your best tip or your advice or info or whatever that how can we make this world a better place for our students to live in, because schools are reopening back up, we're doing virtual learning in person, and then you have students who will go back to school or stay at home, and then you have many of them who are homeless without families, who are on the street. So what advice or tip you would like to give to parents, to educators, and students of how can we make this world a better and safe place for our students to possibly live in now?
How can we make this world a safer place, right, for our students?
Yes.
Well, first of all, man, the word LOVE, we gotta love, man.
Yes.
We gotta love. I don't care. And I honestly, I'm serious. Yo. I don't care about color. I don't. You gotta understand something. I've been to private school all my life, yo. I know what it is to be around white children. I know what it is to be called I experienced it all, but at the end of the day, I guess what really made them understand, it was like, darn, we can't get under his skin. And he still comes to school here every day. Because I love you. Might not know you, but I love you. And you're not gonna deteriorate me from coming to school and doing what I need to do because you feel some type of way about me and you don't even know me because of my skin color. That's what this is about. I mean, you gotta love, man. It got to start home. Now is the time to build love. And when they get out there, they know what love is. They know how to handle it. Yes. So they know how to handle when things come to them. And then they're gonna recognize, hey, you know what, this teacher loves me. This teacher really wants to see me do my thing. Like, this teacher is always greeting me and allowing me to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? And even if I'm wrong, he doesn't make me feel bad. He actually says, you know what, it's okay. We're gonna get you to understand what we're doing today, because he really truly loves me. He truly loves what he does. That's what's gonna make it safer, man. Love. It gets no better than that. Because algebra, trigonometry, biology, US civics is not love, yo. That's just books. That's worksheets. That's teachers and teachers. That's all that. Love is what's gonna make this place safer. Unity is what's gonna make this place safer. Stop being ignorant and come together and stop worrying about what happened back in the early win. This ain't the early wins anymore. We're not gonna keep our mouth shut anymore. You've been killing us. It started with Trayvon Martin. You've been killing us.
Talk to him.
And now when George Floyd died, now everybody want to start opening up. No, we should have been opening up. We've been opening up. We've been telling y'all how it is at these schools in these low income neighborhoods. We've been telling y'all what it's like for these kids that don't have no place to lay their head, don't have no food in the house, nothing. We've been telling y'all what it's like when these kids' parents don't really care about them. They work a 15-minute job and there's about 12 children in the house. And Sarah, only in the 8th grade, she got to watch everybody else. We've been telling y'all that. So it
y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to listen.
And it shouldn't have took for George Floyd for them to realize what's been going on. Police been not liking us.